Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's live stream. This live stream is simply because I wasn't able to do a sketchbook Sunday. I thought it'd be really fun while I'm working on a print to share with you guys and say hi. Hello, everyone. Hello, Hattrick. Hello, Amaris Joseph. Hello, Burberry Soda. Hello, Kirsten Tyson. Sorry if I say anyone's names incorrectly. I really don't mean to, but it'd be lovely to say hi. Oh, disposable OC. This heat is awful. I cannot cope. Please. I'm so glad we've just had a little bit of rain and it's been absolutely amazing. Oh. Hello, everyone. Oh my goodness, there's so many of you joining now. Hello, everyone. Hi. Hi, 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 hi. Welcome to the stream. I do hope you are all well and I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. And if you guys have any questions while I'm working on this, feel free to ask. In case you're wondering what this is a gigantic A3. Oh my god, it's huge. Oh, this is a gigantic A3 piece of work that I'm working on as a print. And the pen that I'm using today is my Unipin fine liners. They're trusty and they're so lovely to use. I'm using several in this, so I actually like to use different sizes for different line widths. I usually will start off with a smaller one and then build up to a bigger one. So I'm currently using the 0.1 and then I'll build up to the 0.3 and the 0.5. This is so right now I'm just getting the basic line work down, and then I'll build up and then create like different variations in width and with length to try and give it a more interesting depth. We're going to try and get this stream for about an hour, if that's okay. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm going to work on Grog's beard because Grog is the one that terrifies me the most to draw, if I'm honest, because he's a big thick boy and I don't do very big. And this is actually going to be done in grayscale instead. I'm going to go in with grayscale, and I was thinking of doing like slight gold detailing. So like as you can see, there's like dice and this and the other. So I was going to go on with gold detailing, so that when I do these actually as prints, I really want to do them with gold foil on top, just because I think it'd be super interesting. Oh, hello. Is it Louisa? Yes, I remember you. It's been a while since I've actually done any streaming at all, so it's really pleasant to see you again. Welcome to the stream. Hello. So, as with anything when you're lining, you want to make sure you've got a really. Oh, thank you. Yes, I got engaged. Thank you very, very much. That's really sweet. I'm really was very, very surprised. You see where Bella got me earlier. Um, when you are lining, what I suggest is try and create like different line widths with your work, because when your lines are all the same, like flat and boring, it doesn't look as interesting to the illustration, like to the actual person who's viewing your illustration. Sorry if I stumble a little bit on my words today. I'm a little bit tired, and when I get overly tired, my words just seem to like tumble out of my mouth like garbage. So when you're thinking about doing your actual line work, try and like make it so then not all the line work is the same. If you try and make all the line work all the same, it doesn't look as interesting. So you'll notice here, like I've tried to vary like different line widths, and I'm even going to go in and I'm going to thicken parts of this line work even more, just to make the line weight a little bit more interesting. And this is just because it makes the line weight, when you are working on that, when you're mixing up your line weight, it makes an illustration more interesting and it actually adds a lot more depth to it. So you'll notice like even though I'll be going back in on this with ink later on, and I'll be like deepening in dark in certain areas, I'll be like doing cross hatching in certain areas just so that I can yeah, if the line variation does like, it can be fixed with the way you colour. So a lot of people who don't actually do line work, they will be able to fix that that interesting and depthness by using colour. Colour and line work for me are just like my two favourite things to work with. I just think they're absolutely wonderful. Oh, these are characters from a podcast called Critical Role. Critical Role is a D&D podcast. I am obsessed with Critical Role. I actually need to catch up. I'm 2 episodes behind. Um, thank you. These are amazing. The character designs are originally done by an artist called Kit Buss, who's known as Anemone T, and she is a fantastic illustrator. I do highly recommend checking out her work. Um, but this is season 1 of Critical Role, and these are the characters called Vox Machina. Vox Machina were the original cast members' characters, and then the second season that is currently airing, they are the Mighty Nine. I love line work. Hello, everyone. Hello. Sorry if I'm a little bit loud as well. The phone is right next to my face. I also got some really interesting watercolors, which I am very, very excited to play around with at some point and give a honest review on them. I got this, and I'll show you. Some of you on my Instagram may have seen this. I got these. These have been on my Amazon wish list for the longest time, and I decided to treat myself after my birthday, and I got these. These are liquid watercolors. The brand is called Ecoline. I have had my eye on these for such a long time, and I cannot wait to actually try these out for a proper review. And the packaging is beautiful. But I've always wanted them, and now I have them, and I can't wait to create work with them. Oh, thank you. Oh gosh, sorry, not you. Where did I get my tripod for my phone from? The tripod I'm currently actually using is an old microphone stand. To do all my filming, I use a microphone stand to put the phone stand on, and then I use a Gorilla Grip, which is wrapped around the top of the microphone stand. And you can get the actual phone camera stand. You can pick them up from any pound shop actually. All they are is an attachment that you can attach to the top of the camera stand. If I can find one here, so I've got a spare one. It's just one of these, and you can just go pull that and attach it to your phone. I do suggest if you are going to get that, make sure you haven't got one of those flip cases, just a standard straight case that will certainly work if you go from there. Oh, Grog, you are so difficult. One of the things I actually did learn about if you are streaming on YouTube, unfortunately, you can't have any music. So we're going to have to fill those lulls with talking. What watercolour do you suggest that are pretty cheap? Well, if you can eventually save up to get the Winsor & Newton student range, I actually do recommend them because I really do love them. Other than that, my first set of watercolours I actually used, which I got bought for me a while ago, was this. It's a Koi Watercolours Pocket Field Sketch, and this was the first ever set of watercolours that I got bought for me that I actually tried out. This is the smallest pack. I used these for the longest time. As you can tell, it isn't the most expensive. I believe you can get this set for about a tenner, which isn't too bad. But this is my first set I ever played around with using watercolours. My actual £45 set that I got that for £25 in a sale, which when you think about it, is not that bad at all, which I believe roughly translates to about about £31. Yeah, I actually got it. I got into D&D because I was a critter. Oh, you're not late. Don't worry, Alicia. Alicia? Am I saying that correctly? I do apologise for butchering you. You're not late. We've only been going for 9 minutes. Don't worry about that. Yet again, I'm using an old microphone stand. So the microphone stand allows me to film videos from different angles because I can change the angle of it. So I film above normally. The reason why I'm not filming above today, so I can see the chat. So I'm actually filming at a slight angle so that you guys can see. The way I film above is I use the microphone stand with a Gorilla Grip around it, and then I angle the camera downwards. If anyone wants to know, this is the camcorder I use. This is the I cannot pronounce words. Allegria HFR66. This is the camcorder I'm currently using. I am looking to upgrade at some point, just because I would like to get more from it. But that is the information of the camcorder if anyone wants to know which one I actually use. Ta-da! I just can see you. That's the camcorder I use. Hello. Oh my gosh, hello. This chat went not. Oh, no, 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 no. With, right, with anything that you're drawing and anything that you do, just practice, love what you do, and never give up. In all honesty, if I could go back to my younger self and tell myself like what and how much you can improve, and tell myself what to go back and what I could do back then, I think my younger self would be really proud of where I've gotten to. It just takes practice. Oh, hello. What are your favourite kids' TV shows right now to watch? Oh my gosh, I'm actually currently obsessed with Star vs. the Forces of Evil. It is an absolutely phenomenal show if you haven't watched it. It went on hiatus for the longest time. I believe it's on a break currently. And I didn't realise that it picked back up. But season 2 and season 3 have got so much amazing story. Yeah, don't worry about improving all the time. Just like draw and enjoy drawing, because in the end you will improve, and improvement like takes a while. That's all. Oh, thank you, Megaran. And thank you, Marceline. How's computer fun going? We're about a third of the way there. I had basically I had to slightly dip into it for conventions just so I would have convention stock, but that's absolutely fine. It's okay. We can do this. I am going to keep going and keep persevering, and hopefully before the end of the year I'll be able to save up enough to get a computer. I would really like that. That would be nice. Apparently there's been a thunderstorm going on down south. I'm going to do fan art for Star vs. the Force of Evil. I am actually planning on doing a masquerade piece. Pages for a short scene. I actually did my first scene and it was 12 pages. You can do 8 of them. Any cons planned for next year? I already have SunnyCon Liverpool booked. I'm planning on doing a lot of the same cons again and maybe branching out in different ones. I watched Star vs. the Forces of Evil. When I first started watching it, I actually watched it on the Disney Channel over here in the UK, but we are a little bit behind. If you can, try and watch stuff legally. I think I ended up watching a lot of mine through Amazon Prime, because you can purchase the episode through there. Drawing with lead. I erase a lot, but I don't know how the people fare as a sketchbook. Oh, so if you're drawing with lead, it is like, it can be really difficult. Depends on what kind of paper you're using. If you're using cartridge paper, it is going to pill a lot of the time while you're using it, because that's just the nature of cartridge paper. It's like a rough texture. What I would probably suggest doing is probably switching over to a standard white cardstock. Your pencils will behave much differently, but they will be much smoother on there as well. You'll get a different texture. Oh my gosh, you're going to an art booth. Oh, that's a fantastic. I'm mainly self-taught. A lot of the stuff that I do, I have taught myself. But a lot of the stuff you can get as well, like so like inking techniques. I read a few books on that. One of my favorite books is How to Ink and Draw, and I believe I can't find it. It's not on my bookshelf. I have a massive bookshelf next to me. It's one of my favorite books, and it was by a manga artist, and it's one of my favorite books because like it goes through the basics of what's the best like inking tools to use. More characters based around themes of royalty. Oh, I'd love to. I love the Blood Moon episode. Drawing heads at different angles. Ooh. Okay, if you're drawing heads from different angles, your best way to do that is actually, it's going to sound awful, but do like your go get a mirror and look at your head from different angles. If I'm really, really struggling with facial expressions, I will get a mirror in front of me and I will pull the most stupid expressions and see how my face contorts from there. When you're looking at your face and how your face reacts, you get a better understanding of how muscles and that are pulled in different directions. Um, Vox Machina! Vox Machina! I you'll find that when yeah, I find that when I'm drawing, I look like I must look like a crazy person because I'm just sat there and pulling half of the faces that I'm drawing because I'm just like. And if I'm doing like a particularly angry face, I'll notice that I'm like gurning as I'm doing it. Sorry. Oh, hello. This is a Vox Machina print. It's something I've been working on for a while. Hello, upstate New York. Hello. Oh, I love New York. I've been a few times. My first time was for my 18th birthday. Second time was because we were meant to go to Japan and we had to cancel our Japan trip. And the third time was because my partner's family wanted to go shopping in New York. And that was my last holiday. No, actually, no, I tell a lie. My last holiday was because it was for someone's wedding. I don't mind people messaging me. I am not the best at replying back to messages, I will admit. I get really bad anxiety about replying to messages and making sure that I'm not messing up, so to speak. And then I don't end up actually replying because I get too nervous about it. So I don't mind people messaging me. I try my best to reply. Oh, lovely. Hello. I have been to Wales. I love Wales. Oh, Wales is lovely. Oh, if you're into D&D, one of the podcasts I actually do recommend, I've recently started listening to is Adventure Zone. It's a wonderful podcast to listen to. I'm also really into the moment. It's going to sound really weird. I'm really into like ghost podcasts at the moment where people talk about common ghost stories or like ghost mysteries and this, that, and the other. So I've been listening to BuzzFeed Unsolved a lot lately, which sounds awful, but I do like a really good I do like a good ghost story. Calm down, car. Adventure Zone's really funny. There is some explicit words in there which I will not pronounce on here, but one of my favorite phrases in that particular podcast is abracadabra, and it always makes me laugh whenever I hear it. Oop, I can't see the chat. Hello. It is pretty good. Explicit words. Ooh. Wales is a beautiful, beautiful country. It's absolutely stunning. I used to go camping a lot in Wales. And where we used to go camping, it used to be a known pagan ritual place, and it was stunning, the views that you get from the top of the mountains. Because where we would go, it was an old volcano extinct ring, and it was so beautiful. I'd love to go camping again in Wales. I used to go every year in August, and we'd used to see like the meteorite showers every year. Oh, Rebecca, hello. I really want to do a piece Pride Month, but I don't know how everyone would react to it, because I myself, I would identify myself as pan, because I, I, yes, I am in a straight relationship, but I've always found both men and women very attractive. I don't have a very northern accent. I'm actually based near Manchester. And so I don't know how I feel about doing that, but I personally have never really used labels because I'm just me. Just because I don't believe that my sexuality changes who I am. So I've never really been a fan of using labels. I know some people much prefer to have those labels because they are proud of them. And it's not that I'm not proud of who I am, it's just I've never needed a label to confirm what I believe in, really. And my oracle cards. What do you mean, darling? Sorry. Hello. Oh, Rebecca's lovely. I love Rebecca's work. Have I ever illustrated a book or cover? No, I haven't, and I really want to. I would love to illustrate a book. My dream is to one day fully illustrate a children's storybook, and I would love to do that. Oh, thank you all for watching this stream. Like, I get so nervous speaking live. Story behind this piece is just like it's basically the whole cast, and it's almost like a memorabilia piece to all of the entire story. I do want to do a full drawing of my druid. We're actually playing next week, and I'm so excited. Hello there. Aw, thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry that there's no video this week. I'm sorry that there haven't been many Sketchbook Sundays. It was London Comic Con, and then I got back, and then it was Yorkshire Cosplay Con, and I've got back and I've just like done so many. I've been in work so often, and I've been in work today, and it's just sometimes you don't get as much time as you want to. Yes, I would definitely encourage other artists to begin selling their art at conventions. Oh, yes. When I actually first started doing conventions, which was 2011 now, I never really, I wasn't known, if that makes any sense. Like, I started doing conventions way before I had a YouTube channel, and I built up most of my following when I first started just through doing cons. And I it's weird now when I think about it, because to me it's still such a foreign concept that people come to a convention to see me. It's kind of overwhelming in a way, because I never would have thought I would have gotten to that situation. Oh, what size was the Mushroom Hunters card? I made that on A4 paper, so I believe that was, one sec, I'll get the artwork out. Oh gosh, that's a big folder. A massive folder full of art. Which is all the pictures I've ever done for the YouTube channel. It's kind of insane. I did them originally on A4, so these are originally done on A4, and they are 5 inches by 10.5. So that's how big they were drawn, and if they were ever be made into cards, they would be standard tarot card size, which I believe is 3 inches by 5. I can't remember. No, it's 3 inches. It's a bit bigger than that. It's like 3 by 7. Oh, I would love to illustrate a book. Oh, you should do it. That would be really good. If you want to do cover work, do it. What art pens do I use? Oh, I use a number of different pens. I am obsessed with the Unipin fine liners. I've been using these lately a lot in videos. The Koi colouring brush. I got these on sale for 50p each, and I was like, ooh, I'd like to try these. I've got a series of different brush markers. I've got a Tombow brush liner. I've got a Pigma. I've used a Sakura. I've used all sorts of pens. I think it's good to try out different pens to see which ones you like, because sometimes you don't know whether or not you like something until it's actually you've tried it yourself. And it can be a little bit expensive to do that. That's why sometimes art subscription boxes can be really helpful, especially if you're not sure whether or not a pen is for you. I found out very quickly that I'm not a massive fan of full brush pens. Oh, you'll never be a noob at art. You're amazing. I want to create a fictional world, but I am confused about how I'm going to structure the different cultures. What I would actually recommend doing is, if you are starting up to build your own universe, start off small. Start your world off small and then build up from there. If you start with just like one core story, you can build up the story from there, and you can build up the universe from there as well. You haven't missed out ordering. No. It's still available up on the store. Just pre-orders closed, so you won't get the free stickers with them. The zines are still available up on the store. Orders are going to start being sent out next week. Hello. Oh, thank you. Yes, he finally popped the question. I think it's with us is because we've known each other for such a long time. I'm 27. Surprise, by the way, I'm 27 years old. It was my birthday the other day. And um, we've known each other since we were 14. So we've known each other a very long time. Hello. Oh, that is absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. This video will be available up if anyone wants to watch it afterwards, just in case you're interested. Oh, thank you. Markers and coloured pencils. Oh, yes. The actual thing that you should do if you are using markers and coloured pencils, put down your marker first and then build up as your base, and then build up on top with the pencil crayons. Because once you try to put markers on top of pencil crayons, because it's got a waxy finish, it doesn't actually sit on, if you try to put marker on top, the marker isn't going to be able to go through because it's got a waxy finish. Yes. You want to be an illustrator? Oh, okay. If you want to become an illustrator, my highest recommendations. Hello. My highest recommendations, if you do want to become an illustrator, is research your market, understand what it is that you want to put out there, keep your work going, maybe do some practice pieces. So one of the really good things that you can do is, if you want to practice some work, I would actually recommend getting some, common license books. So a lot of common license books that are in the market at the moment are stuff like Alice in Wonderland, which is why you see so many illustrated versions of it. I believe Beauty and the Beast is, but the original story, Snow White as well, Rapunzel, X, Y, and Z, anything like that. Double check which stories of these are free. And for practice, I actually highly recommend doing some illustrations to them. Not only is it excellent practice for you to learn with your work, you can build up some really nice illustrative work through there and build up a portfolio. Also think about clientele pieces as well. So what a client would ask for. So for example, if you are looking at doing more commercial work, think about, okay, a client would like this piece, and it's the illustration must be about a woman who's having got too much on her mind, so they want you to illustrate that and go from there. The more commercialized work style work that you can put in your portfolio, the better it actually is, because that will show to you and the client that not only are you capable of being able to do that as well as your own work, but you're also able to think on a commercial basis as well. Oh, if you're thinking about selling your art, gosh, the first place I ever sold my art actually was at a convention. Adventure June. Oh wow. I know there was one called Adventure April. Go away, bug. Oh, by the way, for anyone who was wondering about the bug in the Mermaidine flip flow, don't worry, it survived. It's still bugging me. Literally. Excuse me. Excuse me. It's still alive. It didn't get squished. It's absolutely fine. I didn't even notice it was on the video until it was there. Oh gosh, yes. I always get nervous when I'm starting a big piece. Because it's scary when you're trying to do the whole concept and not just a little part of it. It always worries me that I'm not going to get it correct, or it's going to look awful, which is why it's really helpful to do quick thumbnails of a piece before you start doing it. Or average price, I don't do 5x7s, I do A5, and I currently charge £3 for those. I do print them myself. I believe that's going to be my price for a while. I'm not going to go up on that yet. But think about your ink costs when it comes to printing. Think about how much it costs you per unit, and don't forget that you're not just selling the print based on its price. Think about as well the quality of what you're of the print that you're working on, and think about the current market price as well. Look at what other people are selling. Yeah, of course, I can do a video about that. Oh my gosh, is that Simon? No. Oh, they're really thin and non-lips. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, I'm not entirely sure. Sorry about that. Mushroom hunters. Oh gosh. Um, I'm not able to reveal too much yet. I am looking forward to being able to talk more about it in future videos. We're still world building at the moment. My partner's working with me, so then we have like more concrete world and this that, and the other to be able to build up on. But the world building is currently still happening. We're building up the universe so that we can build up the story, so then we can understand more about the characters and we can tell the characters' stories better. But we have a huge folder that all the information is going to be on. Ah, congratulations! Boo, boo, boo. Hello, thank you. Oh my gosh. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, hello. This is just Critical Role. Critical Role. I fell down a critical hole when I started watching Critical Role. I'm all about the puns as well. I do like me some puns, which is why I think. Aw, thank you. I haven't actually watched it. Is it good? I haven't watched Simon. I got the Blu-ray of Coco for my birthday, and I'm very, very excited to get Daniel to watch it because it is such a beautiful film. And if you haven't seen it, I do really recommend it. It is such a beautifully animated film. It's a D&D show. It's D&D, D&D, D&D. I thought it would be good for me to work on this while I was on live stream just because I have a lot of work to do. I wasn't going to do, I've got commissions to do and I wasn't going to do them in a live stream because in the end I haven't asked permission if I can do that. How would you build it with watercolors and color pencils? Same again as you would with markers. I would build up my base with the, I'm just going to grab one of these grey markers. I would build up my base with the watercolors and then build up on top with the pencil crayons or pencil colored pencils, whatever you would call it. Mainly because like once you've started over with the colored pencils, it's much more difficult to go from there. Oh, you didn't miss much, don't worry. I'm just doing some work. I'm not going to do colour in this. This is just going to be complete and utter grayscale. And I'm very excited to work on it. Oh no. Sorry, I'm using my partner's iPad to try and oh my god. I'm trying to use my partner's like iPad to get the illustrations up that other people have done. Just so I can make sure that I'm getting them accurate. And I can't use his iPad at all. I'm useless. Oh, thank you. When did I start my YouTube channel? I started my YouTube channel in, oh my gosh, it's coming up to its third year now, I believe. Yeah, I think it's its third year. And I started it because Jellybee recommended me trying it out because I was looking at new ways of like doing my art and having my art online, and she suggested that I do a YouTube channel because she said it was really wonderful to do, and I'm really, really happy. Thing about character design. Oh, one of my favorite things about character design is creating them and thinking about the universe and their stories and everything about them. My favorite is just like creating them and thinking about how they are and what they do, and it's always really fascinating when you think about a character's backstory and build up from there. I have Mark Crilly, or I don't know whether or not he'd collaborate with me. He's much he's got a much bigger following than I do. Mark Crilly is very much out of my league. I don't think he would collaborate with little old me. Little old me. I'm a little old lady. Da da da. I figured instead of like, because I'll build up all this up with ink later, I figured starting with a really good grey base for his tattoos would really, really help on this aspect anyway. So a lot of this is going to be flat out. In case anyone's wondering what this is the Aquarelle smooth paper. Ah, yeah, I've had a book of his in the past. It was one of the how-to draw books. It was one of the first books I used. He has a very anime manga style, which mine is heavily influenced by anyway. My style is heavily influenced by anime and manga because it's what inspired me. I feel like my style has slightly deterred from that now. It's not as anime and manga as it used to be. But definitely. I'd love to make ACOs. I've done those before. Hello, Christian Hare. I have never done a collaboration with Draw with Waffles. Yet again, I believe I don't think she'd do a collaboration with me because her subscriber count is much higher than mine. I was surprised that Monique Renee would do a collaboration with me because yet again her subscriber count is much higher than mine. Oh, don't be afraid of character design. Character design can be fun. You just build up the basis of it and have fun with it, really. Sorry, I'm not progressing as much as I would do. Oh, oh, thank you. You're all very, very sweet. Everyone subscribe. No, I'm just grateful that people I'm grateful that people watch my videos. I'm very grateful that people are here. Thank you for coming to the live streams. Like, it means a lot. Oh, no problem, no problem. Thank you very, very much for popping by the stream. Is it Few Art Illustration? Oh, thank you. Everyone be creative and love what you do. How do you exercise when it comes to your drawing if you haven't drawn for a long time? I find that warm-up sketches really, really help, especially when I'm particularly struggling. So I like to do a little doodle in my sketchbook. Or if I'm really struggling with the concept of a piece, I'll thumbnail it. Or I always like to try and carry a sketchbook with me because I find that inspiration can strike at the weirdest of times. So it's always helpful to be able to build up from there and think about that. Oh, thank you, Artcar. I don't have a specific video on character design because I feel like there's still a lot that I could learn from it. And I don't think there's like one specific way to learn how to do character design. I think there are quite a few different ways that you can do it. I would say that if you're thinking about doing character design or if you want to do character design as a job, always think about like the design of the overall character and think about how you can build up character design in certain ways. Why is that character wearing that? What's the specific reason for that? Character designs can be a lot of fun, and just think about the story behind the character. Why are they wearing that particular colour? Is that colour important to them? Are they royalty? Do they wear fancy clothes? Or are they royalty and they choose not to wear fancy clothes? Like, there's lots of different reasons why a character does what they do. And you'd be surprised that when you think about, like, when you actually watch a lot of TV shows that you watch or watch a lot of the animation, a lot of thought has gone into the process behind it, and especially into the colour schemes. Oh no, not the battery dying, no! Oh yes. Yeah, you always think about when you think about like the character designs, think about like why are they wearing certain things? What are they wearing? This, that, and the other. There's so many different things. Oh, thank you. I don't post every day on YouTube, but I do try and post every day on Instagram. Sometimes I don't always have time to draw every single day, as much as I would love to. But I do try and draw every single day, and I do try and post every day, specifically on Instagram and on Twitter. I tend to post 2 to 3 times a week on YouTube, which, good news for those who are waiting for 2-Minute Tuesdays, those are going to come back. I'm waiting till I've had this big, like, because I've got one more convention and then I'm done till next month. I'm waiting till like all these big stints of conventions are done, and then 2-Minute Tuesdays will be coming back. It's where you guys make suggestions. How do you get better drawing hair? Think about the movement with your hair. Think about how like hair is always moving, it's always flowing, it's always changing directions, and it's always like it is always moving. Sorry, my words didn't work coming out then. Hair is always moving, it's always changing. So if you're thinking about hair, think about it isn't just one standard direction, there's lots of directions that it moves with. Luna, that's so cute. Oh, I'd love to turn Plant Witch into a TV show. Oh, that'd be so cool. I don't know how I would be able to pitch that though, but I always thought of like Mushroom Hunters would make a really cute like children's style children's style TV show. Oh, I was concentrating then. Hello. It's the best way. Oh, anyone can, Loretta, anyone can make it with their artwork. I like to draw fan art because I like to have, well, it's not, 9 times out of 10 I don't actually have the fan art on my table because most of the conventions I go to you can't actually sell fan art. I like to draw fan art that I myself am a fan of. You don't have to draw fan art to make it at selling your artwork. There's lots of people who I know only sell original work, and they will forever to only sell original work. But if you ever want to make it at conventions, just keep at it, keep going strong. Don't get disheartened if you have a bad convention. We all have bad conventions. I've had a few myself. Like, as long as you cover costs, it's a success. And even if you don't cover costs, think about it as networking. A convention, you are there to not only sell your work, you are there to sell you yourself as an artist. So even if you don't cover costs, just think about networking and think about presenting yourself as you are, and it just like show people your work, show who you are as a person, because I think a lot of people get hung up on the numbers, and it is very, very hard not to be hung up on the numbers, particularly when you're there to sell your work and you're trying your hardest to promote who you are, and it can be very disheartening. I had it for my first, I think, 3 years at conventions. I just never even covered costs, and it happens. Just keep at it, keep strong, and keep doing you. Yeah, I will be doing more tutorials. I will do more tutorials on my channel, I promise. Oh, this is Keyleth. She's very beautiful. Oh, there are some more developed characters in the Plant Witch universe. They haven't been fully designed yet, so I can't actually show you them. But there is a third plant magic character. And I might be changing Lavender's animal. Because someone suggested to me, my partner actually suggested it to me, of changing her one to a bird, and it could help deliver her poison berries. And I really, really like that idea. So I really want to keep the idea of the collie dog still. So I thought about maybe introducing a third character. Oh, you're recording a video. I hope it goes well. I haven't animated for a very long time. I only know the basics of animation, but when I get a computer again, I certainly will try doing more animation stuff. Graphite sketches. Oh, I haven't done much of them, so I couldn't really give you the best tips on that. I find what particularly works best for me when I'm doing graphite drawings is I prefer a smoother paper rather than a textured. I find that I can get better defined work with smoother paper, whereas textured I can get a lot more like rougher parts on it. Stop stealing my lavender ideas. There will be a new art room tour slash thing coming. I was gonna wait until after I've done all my convention stuff too, because then it'll be tidy, and then I can show you guys my new, well, I say art room, it's the corner of my bedroom, but then I can show you my up-to-date space. Oh, you're animating. Oh, I love animation. I was never really good at it. I understand how to animate and what to do. I'm just not very good at making those movements come to life. I think a lot of my work is inspired by animation and movement. And I think that when I worked on animation, it when I did do some animation, it made me think about when I'm doing my illustration, how it always needs to look like there's a little bit more life in it. You're drawing Homestuck characters as mermaids. Oh, that sounds really cute. I was never really a massive fan of Homestuck. I got the appeal behind it, and I appreciated like the character designs and that. But I just really wasn't a fan of the comic. I really tried to get into it. I tried like 3 or 4 times, and I really couldn't get into it. But I think the character designs are really cute. It's the same with Overwatch. Like, I can't get into the game, but I really, really do love the character designs. I love Harry Potter. I'm a Hufflepuff. Inking is my favourite. I love inking. It's one of my favourite things. It's really relaxing. Oh, one of my favourite things to do if I'm feeling particularly stressed is I just like to ink really intricate lines, and I find that it really calms me down for some reason. Are you awake, Bella? Bella's passed out at the moment. She's asleep. Sleep on a bag. Oh, Ravenclaw. Ravenclaw. I always said if I wasn't a Hufflepuff, I reckon I'd be in Ravenclaw. Ravenclaw's a good house. To be honest, all of them are good houses. Even Slytherin. Slytherin doesn't necessarily mean that you're an evil person. Just some bad people in there. Prismacolor or Faber-Castell? Oh, I like both. I like both. I used a Polychromos and I've used a Prismacolor, and I really like them both for different reasons. One's much more buttery. Than the I think the Polychromos are a little bit butterier. Could not say that word. A little bit more butty. Butty. It's a sandwich, guys. And they are a little bit more. I don't know. I can't describe it. I find that I can get more colour down with those. I don't particularly have a preference because I haven't used them both for that long. Let's have a look. Chat, 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 chat. Hello, hello, Sammy Draw Stuff. Loretta, one of the things that I actually really enjoy doing, if I'm really struggling with colour, is I actually switch everything over to grayscale. Because if I'm struggling with the particular colour palette on a piece, I find that either restricting the colour palette or restricting the colouring in general to one particular tone really helps me understand how the colour is meant to be laid out. And then what I can do is later on I can edit the illustration in Photoshop to the colours that I would like. And when you're working in tonal grey, you can think about building up the illustration from there. And sorry, I'm just going to grab myself a drink. You can think about toning up the illustration and thinking about the colorization of it overall. Colorization, that is not even a word. Hi. Daniel, would I expect you to be my biggest fan? You're my fiance. You must like my work. Yeah, that's what I think. I always think about like the grace. How okay, if I'm really struggling with this with color, it sometimes actually helps if you. It's gonna sound really silly. Scan in the illustration, print out a few different sheets. Well, say a few different sheets. Like make them into like smaller little pieces, and you do very quick color tests to see which colors work. You'll the more you use color, the more you come to understand like what works and what doesn't work for you. It's my husbando. I know that sounds really cheesy, but I've always called him my husbando. So if you could say that you loved drawing, if you had to say that you loved drawing one thing, guys, what would you love drawing? Animal studies. Oh no, and we're not in the same house. He's actually in work. Well, I think it's just finished actually. We live in the same place. Any tips on drawing shadows and backgrounds? When you're thinking about shadows, think about your light source. I'm still putting this into practice. I think when you're drawing and with anything that you do, you're constantly practicing anyway. And if you're thinking about drawing backgrounds, if you're thinking about drawing backgrounds, sorry, my brain was just not working then. When you're thinking about drawing backgrounds, build up your focus point in your illustration and then build up your illustration around that. You want one key focal point in your illustration and then you build up the background around there. Yeah, I prefer drawing females to males. I think it's just because I've always been more comfortable with drawing females because when we did life drawing studies when I was in college, we always had a female drawing model. And that on top of that, I can use myself as reference, where it's much harder to get a male reference for a body. Is that face okay? Yep, those eyes are even. That eye just needs shaping around just a touch, just a touch. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Angsty men. Ah. I know angsty men are your default. I love how you draw men, Rebecca. Oh no, I can't sing. I'm actually very excited. We saw Kinky Boots musical. If you've been following me on Instagram and Twitter, you'll know that I got to see Kinky Boots a while ago, and I was very, very happy I got to go and see Kinky Boots, and it was absolutely phenomenal. And me and my friend decided, oh, we should go and watch another musical, and we're going to watch Legally Blonde the musical, and I'm very excitable. Me and my partner just both work simple minimum wage jobs at the moment. I work in retail and he works in a food industry job, and that's our current jobs for now. No, life can give us plenty more to work with, and that's it. What did you major in? Ooh, technically we don't get. I don't think we get to major in anything over in this country because our school system works a little bit differently. But I did a lot of art courses. I'm very excited to go on. Do you know what being more chill is? No, I don't. I'm sorry. I do live in England. Is there a pen which looked like a cacti? Oh my gosh, I have so much cactus stuff. I saw that. I think it's Casey Golden. Yeah, Casey Golden. She's recently been making these like cat plush cacti, and I just sit there going, I want all of them. I need an army now. We recently went to Asda, and at the moment they have like a ton of cacti range, and I was like, I need everything. I got the bedding, settle for the bedding. I live near Manchester. Doll repainting. Oh my gosh, I'm fascinated by it. I really love like how people can take like say like a Bratz doll and then customize. I think it's stunning. Oh, is it a musical? Oh, I'll have to check it out. I love any musical that's got a really good soundtrack. If it's got a good soundtrack, I'm sold. Hello, Raven. Am I saying that correctly? Raven? Oh my gosh. You live in Northampton. Ooh. My friend came from there. No, but it's fine. Sorry. I don't mean to butcher people's names. I just see a name and I'm like, okay, that's how it looks like it should be pronounced. And then I realized, no, that's not how it's pronounced. You live in California. Oh, I always wanted to go to California. I've heard it's very warm. And I don't deal with heat very well. German words are not nice to English speakers. Your name is it Kai? Or K? Kai? I think it's very, very warm. Oh no, I'd melt. There'd just be a Sophie-shaped puddle on the floor. I haven't seen snow. Oh my god, since you're a baby. Oh yeah, it's been very warm in England at the moment, and our houses are built to retain heat, not keep heat out. We have like two fans on in the bedroom, and I've turned them off while I'm live streaming. But luckily, we've had a shower of rain. It looks like it's getting sunny again. We've had like a really nice shower of rain, which has cooled it down just a touch. But the thunderstorm just missed us, and I was really expecting really heavy rain. I love Manchester. Manchester is my hometown. That the fan in the living room is on. Yeah, normally we get we get lots of really lovely rain all the time in England, and it's been not unseasonably warm, but it's much warmer than it normally is, and I can't cope with it. You have bipolar weather. Oh, congratulations. Let's remove you and let's put you in timeout. Bye. Oh, you live in Ireland. Oh, wow. Oh, I can't deal with heat. Heat needs to stop. Poof, baby troll be gone. I don't mind the occasional troll. Um, oh, it's always cold and rainy. Oh, that sounds my dream. Got the England rain here, and you've got our heat because the last few weeks it's rained every single day. Oh my gosh. Here, for some reason, it's been very warm the last few weeks. And I'm used to rain and like the occasional like sunstream. A sunstream. I would like to stream more often. I definitely would. I normally do D&D on Sundays, so I don't normally have time. But I would like to make it more of a regular thing if people would like that. Oh, don't dread your life in school. School is one of those. It's an adventure. You've got to go through it, but once you're through it, you continue on a bigger adventure. Don't dread your life in school. Do 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 do. I wanted this to be nice and chill. Please, more live stream. If that's what you guys would like, I'd love to do that. Your lines are always wiggly. Yeah, I sometimes find like, you know, your hands, if you've got a really slight tremor to them, you can just like really, really work this one. Why is your name spelt wrong? Not being mean. You're talking to me. My real name is Sophie Lou, and my art name is Saphira Lou. My art name is Saphira Lou because I originally had a old character design called Saphira Moonlily, and she was an elfin girl, and I'd built this amazing story around her. And when my dad, because my dad used back when I was quite young, I say quite young as well, 13, 14, we didn't have access to the internet that much, and where my dad made my first art page, which was on an art site called Elfwood, he named me Saphira Lou, and the name kind of stuck. I really liked that, and so my dad's responsible for my art name. Sounds really sad. Oh no, that's absolutely fine, Kate. Don't worry about it. Yet again, I'm sorry if I butcher anyone's names. I am not the best linguist means you're good with words, I think. I remember Elfwood. Oh my gosh. Hello, Nicole Donna. I always tell him that very proudly. He, my dad's really supportive. My whole entire family's really supportive of my work. And I'm really grateful that they are. They've always been supportive of whatever venture I wanted to go into, and I'm very, very grateful for that. Turn her into a comic book. I actually was thinking one day, obviously, I really want to work on Plant Witch and Mushroom Hunters more first because that's the core thing I'd want to do. But I'd love to turn her into a proper story one day because I built so much about that universe. And I think I would like to reuse her character and maybe she become a part of the Mushroom Hunters world. I loved drawing her. She was a very small elf girl with very, very long ears, with long brown hair that turned blue when she used her magic. One of my first ever OCs. Ooh, Dead Flowers, that sounds interesting. I love an interesting storyline. I am 2 episodes behind, I'll admit, Jamie. I'm last week's episode behind. I'm this week's episode behind. Um, I just haven't had time to listen to the podcast this week because I've been a little bit too busy. But I'm really excited to listen to this week's and last week's and this week's episodes because the little bird character is just like the cutest ever. I think her name is Kitty. She's so cute. Elfin Queen. Caleb Legend. What kind of species? Ooh, a warrior character. If she's short, I really like the idea of like a gnome. I love The Greatest Showman. Oh my gosh. It's such a good, fantastic film. Oh, missing the chat. Die for Kiri. I have been following Steven Universe. I am. The last episode I watched was the big reveal. I will not say much because obviously I don't know if everyone's watched it and I don't tolerate spoilers. Um, Collaboration with Rebecca. Oh, Rebecca, they're on to us. I actually love the reveal. Yes, the stream. I'll keep the stream up for everyone. I understand that everyone different time zones and all this. They're on to us. We have a collaboration in the works. Rebecca is a very dear art friend of mine, and she's possibly one of the most talented artists I've ever known. Her line work and her work in general is just absolutely phenomenal. And I need to pick up one of your comics at some point, Rebecca. I don't have the patience. I don't. I don't have the patience. Right now, this is killing me, and I'm just like, I might work on something else. Rebecca Blackwell is she is part of the YouTube Artists Collective as well. She draws really great men, and she is my D&D barbarian. I love The Greatest Showman. I understand that it's not historically accurate, and I understand that people don't like it because of that. But I treat it as something that's separate from P.T. Barnum. I think it's Hollywood have this thing of where they don't like to paint their history as something bad. Um, and that's just what I expect from a Hollywood film. And I treat it almost as if it's not based on P.T. Barnum's life, as if it's based on a fantasy fictional, completely make-believe version of him. Doesn't mean that the music isn't phenomenal. I do have a D&D character. Her name is Zilla. She's my high elf druid, and I love her so much. Sorry if the camera shakes a little bit. The reveals, I know, I love the animation in it. I like to draw a lot too. Oh, Rebecca's work is beautiful. I love Rebecca's work. She's also got a really nice accent. She's got a really relaxing voice to listen to. Like, Rebecca, this sounds really creepy, but I really like your voice. Hello, Jess Bowcat. I did probably said that completely incorrectly, and I do apologise if I butchered your name. Ah, thank you. I love Great Showman. I would totally play the soundtrack now, but you can't have copyrighted music on YouTube, and I'm like, I always like, it sounds really silly, but I always thought if I did a cover channel, I would love to cover one of the songs from Greatest Showman. Billy Jane. I haven't streamed on YouTube before. Hello. Oh, thank you. It's Bowcat. Oh, thank you. Sorry, one second. I'm just going to cough. Excuse me. I always want, because I miss doing musical theatre so much. I always thought if I ever did a cover channel, one of the songs I would love to cover from Greatest Showman is Tightrope, because it's one of my favourite songs from that soundtrack. I know everyone loves it. It's Never Enough for Me. Oh my god. What YouTube artist do I watch? Oh wow, I watch a lot of YouTube artists. I have a mixture of them that I do watch. One of the ones I'm watching a lot lately is Joy Sang, because I really love the way that she edits her videos. I do like the other side. Thank you very much, Michaela Hill. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for stopping by the stream. Oh, Cell Block Tango from Chicago is really good. Lisa, I haven't heard of them. Ooh. Oh, thank you very, very much. That's very, very sweet. Oh my god. Oh, that's really sweet. Thank you. Oh no, they broke up. Oh, that's always sad to hear when people break up. Cell Block Tango is fantastic. It's such a good song. My favourite song from Chicago is All That Jazz. Is my go-to song to sing. I love these Unibin Vineliners. Oh, they did it in a video. Really? Oh no. I don't think I could put something that private up online, just because I'm a little bit of a private person when it comes to that. But I suppose if they've they're YouTubers, aren't they? I suppose if they've had their relationship through YouTube, it understands to have that breakup up on YouTube. Pop squish. Cicero. Lip shits. Tell their friends and family. Oh, I have tried. I didn't know they did a brush pan. Oh no. Don't tell me things like that. Okay. So they've been broken up for a while. I suppose it's just probably to cement that they have broken up, if that makes any sense. Because sometimes when you can break up in a relationship, some people build back up bonds again, and they end up going. People do end up going back out after they've broken up. But I suppose it was just so that they could make sure that they'd cemented it in their minds together. That's really in my head now. Oh my gosh. The one thing I don't like about inking is that I really, really concentrate. I'm like, I'm not that quick. I'm much slower at the moment because there's a lot of details. Interesting. Okay, I'd have to check that out. Thank you for telling me, Jess. Like that is, I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. I think I've filled up my art supply quota for a while though. I don't think I'm allowed to buy. Well, I'm not going to push myself to buy much more art supplies. Yes, I love Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon's one of my favourite shows. I haven't watched Sailor Moon Crystal though. It's one of the ones I really need to watch. Ugh. One of the soundtracks I'm actually currently obsessed at the moment with the Moulin Rouge soundtrack, because I recently listened again to Roxanne and it's so good. Now my partner won't be home for a while. I do like Totoro. Totoro, Totoro. Brown paper. Oh! When I use brown paper for Mermaid, I use my Prismacolors and Polychromos on them, and because they are so buttery, they work so well on them. Also, as well, if you are going to use markers, they don't pop up as tonally on the actual brown paper. So I actually recommend, if you are going to use markers, make sure that you don't mind about the muted colours, because it will mute the colours if you're using brown paper. Also recommend like really cheap watercolor paint, like the one that makes your paper chalky, unless you really don't want that. It's good. It's good. I have ruined a drawing by inking. I've done it a few times. Baby, press send. No. 10 to 15 minutes. Ah. I don't think Daniel will. He'll probably just come in and chill out because he's had a long day at work. Brush pen is $1.99. Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know. If you have me on Instagram, if you can link me to the website that you're using, that would be awesome. If you don't mind, because I would totally like to check that out. Because I'd love to do like a proper brush marker review of like different brands, and then show like how different brands react to like say different mediums, so like watercolor, blah blah. Do more challenges. Yes, I need to do more challenges. But I've actually done all of the challenges that I've had listed, so I don't know what to do. I might do a paper cutting challenge. The range. Oh, there is a range near us actually. I might go there. Thank you very much for telling me about that. I'll have to check that out. 100 people watching and 100 likes. Oh wow, thank you. Yes, the white pen and pencils really will pop like really beautifully on there in particular. Because the tonal paper is so like, because well, it's not that it's dark, because it has like a really limited range. You can do some really nice colors with it. Do the teeny weeny itty bitty challenge. Oh, that could be fun. Is that the one where you have to draw like super super tiny? On a small canvas. Oh, but I'm terrible with canvases though. I actually bought some gouache to try out because a lot of people have been recommending me try out gouache, and I want to try it out more and see what my thoughts are on it, because I've only just gotten used to watercolors, but I would like to try out different colors. I guess this is going to be uploaded on YouTube afterwards. 100 colours challenge. There's a 100 colour challenge. No. Hello, Uranus child. Is that a reference to Sailor Moon? The glitter challenge. Oh, is that where you have to like put glue down and then build up the colours? That sounds like so much fun and really messy. The range have got a Winsor & Newton gouache. Oh, I actually picked up this. I got this from Amazon. I believe it was about £14 at the time, and it's the Royal Lang art supply ever. Bad news. Oh no. All favourite colours. Oh no, I like all the colours. Don't be terrified to use them. Left-handed. I've already done the left-handed. Oh, I've done the blindfolded challenge. Oh, have you used that? Oh, okay. That's good. Never be enough. I won't spoil it, but I'm sure you'll notice. Okay, okay. A right-handed challenge. Yeah, you should do, because you are left-handed. Right, okay. I'm just going to take this off the elevated service because it's starting to wind me up now. I do get questions actually why I draw in an elevated surface, and it's because it eases your back when you, instead of you leaning. Do a one colour art supply challenge using all the supplies. Oh, that's good. That's a good idea. That's one that Chloe Rose did lately, isn't it? Where she used all her green art supplies and she drew a piece of scenery with it. So, oh, thank you. I've like, I was thinking about getting the Winsor & Newton set, but considering I'd never tried out the art supply before, I wanted to get a standard starter first and then build up to a more expensive set, which is always something I recommend when people actually want to try out a new art supply. If you want to try out, say, like markers, you want to see whether or not they're for you, I always suggest buying a cheaper range and then building up to a more expensive range, because I started off straight away buying Copic markers, only to find that I couldn't get them to work the way I wanted. And when I switched over to Pro markers, I found that I much prefer them to the Copics, which I know is blasphemy to a lot of people, but I'm not a fan of brush markers. I love Stranger Things. Shop called The Works. Yes, the CMYK markers. I'm looking at getting those for a review at some point. Use a dice to create. Oh, I like to use pan. So I decided I was going to get a different brand to see if it would produce the same effect. Yeah, Stranger Things is fantastic. I'm very excited for a new season to start, when that eventually starts. I believe it's this year, isn't it? Hello, Eleanor. And it worked out nicely. I did get a fresh palette just for it in particular. Yes, they do. They're called CMYK markers. I think you can only get them off the website though. I was thinking of ordering them. I get paid tomorrow actually, so I might order them. Oh gosh, my hands are really shaky. Ah, okay. It's really buildable and okay. I'm actually watching a load of like people using gouache, and I really like to try it out. I keep doing the finger where I go, yes, I can justify buying this because it's for YouTube. I'm trying not to buy art supplies unless I know that I'm going to use them. Markers are always good because markers, if I buy cheaper markers, I can use them in my sketchbooks and justify buying them from there. Yes, my channel is mostly drawing. Oh, thank you. My Facebook page, and it's a poll section. The mythical creatures, fairy tales, and mythical creatures already done. I'm not sure, to be honest. I didn't know we had a poll up for the new YouTube Artists Collective. I'll look into that because I'm not entirely sure. I can't actually go onto the Facebook page right now because I'm using my phone to stream. Oh, you have an art studio built for, oh my gosh. That sounds amazing. What advice do you have for smaller YouTubers? Post a lot, enjoy what you do, and, you know, be passionate about what you do. Watercolor without using gouache. To be honest, Imogen, I'm still fairly new with water. I say it's fairly new. I'm still practicing with watercolors, so I'm probably not the best person to ask. I normally, if I want like a thinner look with the, I think that's how I'm thinking correctly. If I want a more opaque look, I tend to use like a different water and amount of water with the things. I have a green that's packaged called avocado, and I got really hungry for avocado toast. Oh no. Oh, thank you, Marceline. I'm glad that people are liking the review. Hello, Kate. Is it Keela or Kayla? Hello, this is a shout out for you. How long does it take to finish an artwork? Depends on how detailed the piece. So on average, a standard piece for the YouTube video takes around about 4 to 6 hours. I draw quite quickly because I tend to do a lot of thumbnailing before I actually start the YouTube video. Kayla, okay. So I find that if I thumbnail a piece or if I try and work out a piece before I actually go to do the video, I can work much quicker. Some videos can take only an hour to film. Some videos take longer. They don't take as long. The more detailed pieces take a long time. For example, this one is gonna. I think I've sunk. Let me just bring it up so you can see. I've sunk well over to 4-5 hours. I'm on my 7th hour with this actually, from pencil to the line work, and then this one's going to get built up using grayscale only, and then it's going to get built up and then with gold detailing. When we actually started, the only things I've actually done in this live stream has been this and this, because sometimes I find it really hard to talk and draw at the same time. But this is an overly detailed piece, so it's a D&D tribute piece to Critical Role. Oh, anyone can draw. Anyone can draw. Oh, thank you very much. Oh gosh, match my teeth. Yes, I am so excited to use these. Ah, thank you, Tiger Fox Q. Thank you very much for joining the stream. I'm really glad that you enjoyed it. Thank you for popping by. I love you too, Tiger Fox Q. Alexo's great. Let's have a look. I do remember you from Bailey Lee's stream. I am drawing a big tribute piece to Critical Role. Critical Role is a D&D podcast. I highly recommend it. I'm currently obsessed with it. Let's put a D20 here, because I'll break up that shape just before Percy comes in. Favorite mediums? Oh, favorite mediums to use for me are always like, I don't know, I like to mix my mediums a lot. And because I like to mix my mediums a lot, I don't have a massive preference anymore. I like using watercolors a lot. Oh my god, Bailey, oh my gosh. Oh, the D&D characters in this universe are probably best explained through their podcast. They are all different, they're all done by voice actors, and it's all a podcast altogether. And that's Daniel, he's home. So it's a bit hard for me to explain because they're not my stories to tell. But my D&D character is named Zilla, and she is a high elf druid. Not much known is about her background, and I can't reveal too much about her background because some of my fellow D&D D&D players are here. But with her backstory, she doesn't know much about her past, so I couldn't tell you anything because I don't know anything about it. Welcome to the Night Vale. I heard about that. It's really good. Oh, people can dislike. It's fine. No, my work isn't for everyone, and I understand that not sometimes what I draw isn't going to be for everyone. You just sometimes with your work not everyone's going to like it, and that is absolutely fine. No, I haven't. Ooh, I haven't watched is it Shannara? I cannot say that. I'm really enjoying how like the flow of this is going about. It needs to be built up in that section there. By Terry Brooks. Ooh, I've not seen that. You need to bring out the new seasons faster. I've heard a lot of people tell me about Welcome to the Night Vale. Oh, thank you very much. Dr. 1200, 2000. Oh, I cannot say that. Oh, thank you, Kiki Bojangles. I love your name. This is a Critical Role piece. Big old Critical Role piece. Night Vale is super good. Ooh. I haven't seen his latest videos. It's about druids. The pen I'm using is a Unipin fineliner. It's one of my favourite pens to use. Hello, Popsicle Doodles. That's a really cute name. Oh, I need to think about what I'm going to cook for tea. It's getting rather late. Oh, thank you. Like I said, I may do some live streams as I'm working on bigger pieces, because this piece is so it's not been filmed, this one. Oh, you're excited for Plant Witch? Yes, Daniel's come home. He's gonna go and relax now. Hello. Oh, thank you, Devflowers. You should draw more often. I'm glad that you've been inspired. Drawing is such a fun thing to do, and I find it so relaxing. It's like the best to do after you've had a really stressful day. I'll say hi. Yes, if you want to sell, that's fine. You can send me an email, that's absolutely fine. I am. So, I really wanted to get a PO box because some people have been wanting to send me artwork. Um, but it was a bit more expensive than I anticipated, so I haven't got one yet. But I am saving up to get a PO box because a few people have asked. Because some people have made some amazing fan art, and I would love to get it in my hands. Aw, thank you guys. That's fine. I always forget like to film. I was wondering if you have tips on building an Instagram audience. Sorry, one sec. Because I would like exposure, but I don't care about followers. I'm just going to shut the door too. Because my partner's just come back and he's watching TV. Ooh, hello, I'm back. To be honest, it's just about posting daily and making sure that you interact as much as you can with posts. Um, I like to try and do polls in my Instagram stories and this, that, and the other, and try and post. If you can't post daily, try and post as often as you can, and just keep using those hashtags. Don't overuse hashtags, but like think about how you could build up your audience and like do as much interaction as you can. It's not going to happen overnight. I will admit, it took a while for me to build up any of my audiences on any of my, it took me a while to build up an audience on YouTube. It took me a while to build up my audience on Twitter and Instagram. It will take a while. But if you want to build up an audience, think about the monthly challenges and make sure, like, even if you take part a little bit, take part in those because they're really good exposure for, like, especially when you use the hashtags because some people can find your work that won't normally find your work. Hopefully that's a little bit helpful. Yeah, it's hard. Oh, my email is normally in my description box. But it's sophie.chipchase@googlemail.com. PO Box. Yes, I'd love to do fan mail videos. Yes. Oh, Mohammed, I can't pronounce your surname. I'm really sorry. They're actually my 2 minute video, 2 minute Tuesday videos, where I take on character design suggestions. They are making a comeback this year. Don't worry, I will make them come back this year because I really want to do them again. Oh, thank you very much. Don't spend your monies. Keep it for more arty farty things. I am based in the UK. Yeah. Um, like take part in like a lot of the monthly challenges because they're really good for interaction anyway. And it because you end up drawing every single day, you end up making a post every single day, and it's really good. I love art supplies. Oh, I am currently saving up to replace some markers because my marker collection, I'm really proud of it. I have all of the markers. I'm very happy with this marker collection. But sorry, I did a little burp. This some of the colours have dried out a little bit, and I've had a lot of these colours for a very long time. So I will be rebuilding up these ones. I have heard the term arty farty. It's fun. I started this channel in 2000 and oh my gosh, I think it was 2015 I started. Yeah, it's 2015 because it's the third year of the channel in August, which is kind of scary. I love this collection. It's amazing. Yeah, I'm actually going to be doing a challenge for the August month, and I am very excited to start building that up. We've been building it up in the Discord group, and they've been really helpful and coming up with suggestions. So it's going to be a lovely summer themed challenge month, and I'm very excited. If you send me, you can send me a private message on here. I'm gonna call you Dr. Raven. Dr. Raven. You can send me a private message on here and I'll be able to send you the email on there. You did May We Draw Daily. Ah, I loved May We Draw Daily. Because I was like, if I didn't have time for Mermay, I was going to do May We Draw Daily anyway. But I'm really glad I did Mermay now. Because even though I started it a little bit early, I was really proud of what I produced for Mermay. With drawing, it is a skill that you kind of need to exercise, as with any muscle, as with anything that you do. You need to consistently exercise the same thing again and again to learn. If you find that you've lost a bit of your drawing skill, don't panic. It's absolutely fine. We all take breaks. We all stop what we're doing. One thing I found really good if I'm really struggling to draw, it's like warm-up exercises. I find them really, really relaxing to do. Just go to a website, for example, like Senshi Stock. They do really fantastic like they have like loads of references for drawing, and I find that setting a timer for like 20 seconds and just bashing out a few pages of very quick gestural stuff really helps improve your body of work massively. If you're really struggling to draw from imagination, do some practice work, draw from life. It will really help you in your work. Yeah, like the more you practice something, the better you're going to get at it. Like my aim for this year is I want to my aim for this year was I wanted to draw more flowers. So that's why there's been a lot more flowers in my work lately. And I want to get better at drawing backgrounds. So my aim, I think, for the last 6 months of the year is I really want to work on backgrounds. Loose, loose. It's all loose and goosey, loosey goosey. I'm just gonna have a quick drink. Yes, you can join the Discord, Kai. Okay, Kai. If you, it won't be on the description of this video because I didn't have all the links there. But if you wanted to join the Discord, I believe on my last video I posted, there's a Discord link in the description box that you can check that out there. I'll repost it on Twitter at some point as well. Oh my gosh, that is not good. That is not good. Birthday today. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, one piece of bacon. Bacon. I like bacon. Bacon is good. Keep putting it off. I'm looking at it, and I'm just like, I will draw this hand. Need a bit more support on the back of this so I can get into that hand. Piece for the summer solstice. Oh, when is that actually? It's very soon, isn't it? I might do actually. Thank you. I might try that. Let's get that hand down to a D. We will do it. Oh my god, I'm pulling so many stupid faces right now. So what's everyone's arty plans then for the year? Do you have any goals you wish to set yourself? Is there anything in particular that you really want to build upon, that you want to get better at? Is it just, are you aiming to just draw a little bit more every day? Like, I really like setting like art resolutions for the year and like art goals for the year. And as I said, my particular goals for this year is just to get better overall at backgrounds and do more detailed work. Ooh, that's good. Do commissions and make an art. Oh, an astronaut girl zine. That sounds well cute. Oh, 365 is a really good idea. There's a really good artist I follow called Yen Draws, and she does 365, and her artwork is stunning. Minor in illustration in the winter. Any advice? Keep at it. Keep strong. If you are, I mentioned this earlier in the stream, if you are looking at doing illustration, it's actually really worthwhile trying a lot of commercial style work. And what I mean by this is set yourself like a brief that you think would be in a magazine or anything like that, and then go from there. Now, there is many different styles of illustration that you can be working on, that lots of different things that can work on, and X, Y, and Z. If you do want to do illustration, and if you do want to commercialize it, think about what a client would want. How would a client approach this brief? What does a client want from that? Can't start find my style of art. Any advice? There is a lot of oh, I didn't finish the hand. I got distracted by lining other parts. There is a lot of like, the problem is finding your style can take time. Don't ever feel like it is the be all to end all, because styles develop as you develop, as your art develops, as your style will develop. And I find that actually the first thing that anyone should really work on is work on understanding, especially if you want to do character design in general, or if you want to do like animal design or anything like that. Practice lots of different styles. Don't feel this fixation that you have to find your style, because when you're concentrating on fixating on that, I must find my style, I must do this, I must do that because everyone else has a style, I find that when I was thinking about that, my work suffered for it. And the reason why my work suffered for it is because I was so fixated on trying to find my style that I wasn't concentrating on the other things that can make a style so wonderful to look at. Think about colour schemes. What are your favourite colour schemes? What do you like colouring with? Look at colour theory, study, and this, that, and the other. When you concentrate on simply finding a style, you're losing a lot of the theory work that you can work on, that will really help you in your work. Now, it's boring doing theory work, I know, trust me, it is not the nicest thing to do in the entire world, and studying, oh my gosh, it can be so boring, but that study work can really help you and develop you as an artist and develop your style. Now, a lot of your teachers will say, oh, don't draw that anime and manga style, or you shouldn't be drawing that style, that's too cartoony, or that's too this, that's too that, the other. If it's what you enjoy drawing, draw it. I do suggest branching out every now and again, trying something a little bit different. One of my favourite styles to draw in actually is lineless style, especially with digital work. And I haven't done that in a very long time. Oh, that's fine, Kirsten, don't worry. Yeah, just find something that you enjoy drawing and then go from there. Styles develop as you develop, and as an artist, you can always improve, and your style is going to change, as I said, as you change. And don't concentrate on just that. If you're struggling to find your style, that's fine. It's going to come with time. I hope that helps a little bit. Oh gosh, there's so many people in the chat. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Oh my gosh. Hello, Gabby. Yes, I have recovered from my cold. That was a nasty cold. Ugh. A nasty cold. How does price things like paintings? When you're thinking about painting, pricing like drawings and paintings, think about the amount of work that you've put into it. How many hours of work? You want to pay yourself at least, say, a minimum wage per item. And then when you've worked on like pricing as a minimum wage, then think about, okay, the cost of materials on top of that. You'll find that okay, if that client doesn't accept that price, that's okay. There will be another client that will accept that price. Don't think that you are overpricing your work too much. I do it all the time. I'm so bad at underselling myself. And I always get told you should be selling your stuff for more. And I feel bad if I charge like way more than I do. But then I've got to remember, like, okay, cost of materials, this, that, and the other, labor that you've put in, everything else on top. Sorry, my stomach is rumbling like crazy. I won't be streaming for much longer, by the way, guys. I think I'm going to stop when I hit the 2 hour mark. Just because it is getting rather late and I still need to cook my tea yet. Not had my tea. I don't know what to do yet. And just like think about the cost of materials and then go from there. I need a reference for this gun, so I will build that up later. Hello. Ever follow art challenges? Yes, I do. I think they are a fantastic way of pushing yourself outside of your normal zone and really having fun. True greens are imposter. That's amazing. Oh my god, you could do a whole like little comic about that. I'm the true green. No, I'm the true green. You're all imposters. It says here on my label. I use a variety of different pens. I love uni pen fine liners. I would eat pizza, but I can't. Pizza hurts my tummy. Oh, oh, oh. Okay. What time is it for me? Let's have a look. I actually don't know. It is 9:15. Oh, that is absolutely fine. Get your revision done. I hope it all goes well for you. Why cook when just eat exists? See you later. I'm probably going to say this right. See you later, Raven. Or Robin. Is it like Robin, but Raven? Ooh. Just eat exists. See you later. Oh, let's get that chin. He's got a sharp chin. Pinterest is fantastic for references. I actually have a few Pinterest boards, like the Mushroom Hunters and Plant Witch, for like ideas that I want to go back to and exist. Oh my gosh. I'm actually currently wearing a cactus t-shirt. I am a little bit obsessed with cacti. Oh, hello there, Hero Brian. He has another finger, but the other finger is on the trigger section here. So like if you see here, he has a finger on the trigger there. But I need a good reference for the gun. So I'm gonna go back to that later. A baker machine. Oh, that's so cute. A cactus t-shirt. I have several. It's bad. So he will have another finger, but I want to make sure I get the reference right for the finger on the trigger. So I'll be looking at cactus. I'll be looking at references later. Hello there. Is it Christina? I'm probably saying that completely wrong, and I'm sorry if I butcher your name. Oh, favourite artist. Oh, I have all sorts. I would probably say one of my favourites is Gustav Klimt. Burgess, oh my gosh, no, I hope it's okay. Your headphones were borked. Oh no, they borked. Inspiration could come from a many deal of places. I find my biggest inspiration at the moment is music. Gustav Klimt. I'm probably pronouncing that completely wrong. Have I ever attended art school? If so, how hard and long does it take off to pay off student debt? Okay. I'll see you later, Sakura. Thank you so much for stopping by the stream. I haven't attended art school per se, because I went to university. It's not really an easy question for me to be able to ask because I've yet to pay off any of my student debt because the way our system works here is if you get a student loan, you have to be earning over a certain amount before you pay back the student loan. It's just the way the system works over in this country. I'm not entirely sure about arts in that aspect, because we don't technically have those over here. Or if we do, I've not attended them, so I won't be the best to be able to give you that sort of information, and do apologise about that. Hello there, Unseen Ivy. Let's just switch over to a slightly lighter pen because that's too thick for the line work I'm going to do. Thick with 2 C's. I also find that as I'm inking, my face inches closer and closer to the paper to the point where my nose is like here. Thick. It's got a K in there. Gotta pronounce that K. Thick. Cause it is past your bedtime. I'm interested to see what the next YouTube Artist Collective theme is. This one was like a very... Oh, thank you, Iris. It's a very big drawing. It's very big. It's a big boy. How do you create characters and create character development? I want to create a webtoon and have no character. I have characters but no story. Oh wow. As with anything, your best bet is when you're building up your character. Think about like, how was it going to fit into that universe? What is their motivation? How are they going to like, what is their purpose in this world in particular? Why are they doing X, Y, and Z? There's lots of different factors that come into play when you're thinking about character design. As for the actual design of the character, you've got to put into play, okay, think about the story wise. Why are they wearing what they're wearing? Are they rich? Are they poor? Are they this? There's like so many different factors that come into play. When you're thinking about the story development as well, okay, what's the driven point for this character? In every single story, there's always a driving point. There's always a motivation for the character in that story to move on. If it's a murder mystery, the whole point is they want to solve this mystery. If it's horror, there's a whole development behind that. You can message me on Google Plus, yeah. Oh, thank you. I can do that one day. Yes, I can certainly do that. I love the world in the bottle. Oh, this drawing is around about, it's coming up to 8 hours worth of work now. Ugh, it's so much. Oh, thank you very, very much. I would do a tutorial one day for skin. There's lots of different tones that you can use depending on what kind of skin tone you're going for. Also, whether or not you're going for warm tones or cool tones, there's lots of different ways that you do that. Favorite medium? Oh, I enjoy lots of different mediums, but my favorite always has been doing line work. Sci-fi related, yes, that would be really nice. The thing is, sorry, like, even if you want to participate, this is the thing that participate in your own time. It doesn't necessarily have to be when the theme is due. Like, it's the same when I say with like challenge months, like, take your time with them, do it when you want to do. And like, when you're thinking about the actual work in general, build up your body of work, like, have fun with it. If you want to if you want to take part in one of the older YouTube Artists Collective themes, take part in it. My goodness, there's themes that I wasn't a part of that I would love to go back and do, like draw your favorite song, and this I would love to go back and do that, because I wasn't part of the YouTube Artists Collective until I believe the 4th one. I can't remember, it's either the 3rd or the 4th one, which I'm still surprised to this day that I'm a part of it. And that's not me doubting like second guessing myself in any way, shape, or form. It's just because everyone else on there is like so extremely talented and everything. Oh, you should be proud of yourself, there, Flowers. You've done a good job, ooh. You made us. Oh, that's such a good. I really want to go back and revisit my Zodiac project from when I was at university, from when I did the oh my gosh, when I did the Circus Zodiac. That was fun. How do you go about doing or joining the YouTube Artists Collective? Now, if you want to join the YouTube Artists Collective, There is a slight threshold that you do have to meet. So in order to be official member of the collective, I believe you must have to have 10k subscribers or higher. That's to be a guest. I believe it's about 5k or higher. But anyone can participate in the themes. You don't have to be an official member to take part. That is absolutely fine. Anyone can take part. Hello. Yeah, it is a bit of a threshold and understand. And you do have to do YouTube videos as well. With the, but like as I said, like don't have to be an official member to participate. Anyone can participate. The whole idea is that we have a group of artists doing a similar theme, much as when you have the challenge months. That's a creepy smile. It's just the whole point of like participation and seeing how different people interpret the same theme. The themes are fun. Oh yes, definitely. I have a lot of fun with some of the themes. Oh, when I heard about this theme was Masquerade Ball, I was like, yes. Very rusty. Yes, I was at Doki Doki Festival last year, and I'll also be at Doki Doki Festival this year. I need reference for a suit as well, so I'm going to stop inking him and let's get on to Pike, because Pike is one of my favourites to draw. Evening! I'm not going to be streaming for much longer, I'm afraid, guys, just because I do need to start cooking tea. Oh, that's a really beautiful idea, Zoe. Love to see that. Ah, Unseen Ivy. Oh, thank you so much. I always wanted to do, I love paper cut art. I'm not very good with acrylic or oils, but I really love paper cut art, and it's something I'd like to like pursue in the future. Doki Doki, I think of Doki. Oh gosh, just Monica. I am planning on doing MCM Glasgow this year. If I manage to get in, I definitely would like to do it again this year. It was so much fun last year. Plus, I like being able to visit all the different places in England and Scotland. I've yet to do a convention in Wales, actually. I'd love to do that. Ooh, you should be proud of yourself then, Loretta, that you did it. Be proud of you. Be proud of what you've done. And even if you did like the littlest bit for any monthly challenge, like you've done it. You did it. Be proud of your work. Da 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 da. Hello there, Pelvis, is that? She's the goddess of Cindy. Oh, thank you, Chris. I'm glad that people have enjoyed it. I know it's something a little bit different other than like actually doing the Sketchbook Sundays. But I just didn't have time to film a proper video for today, and I thought that this would be better considering I've got to work on this anyway because this is going to be a new print for the next convention I'm at in 2 weeks. I do have commissions to do, but I didn't feel it was right for me to film those. But I'm really happy with this progress so far. I'm much further on than what I was. I've got to I'll pull you back so you can see. I have to fill all this background here, do more floral sections here. I need reference for his gun and for his suits properly. I also want her to have like these massive wings in the background just so that it can flow up in the illustration. Because your main point always wants to be is this focal. It's something I like to try and apply to a lot of illustrations, because if you're doing something overly detailed, you want a main focal point and then build up around it. It's something I like to try and apply to a lot of illustrations. Oh, thank you guys. I'm glad that people like it. Yeah, I think it's called the Golden Spiral. I can't remember, but I've never worked on any paper. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Had a wonderful birthday. Thank you. Do you know what though? You shouldn't be afraid of working big. Um, I was always afraid. I used to draw so small, and then I used to never fill sketchbooks, and I used to be always terrified of like working bigger and that I wouldn't be able to get as much detail as I wanted. And because I started doing more detailed works, I found that the smaller paper wasn't working for me. And now I've branched out into bigger paper. I can work on doing like a bit more detailed pieces. I'm not having to sacrifice space or anything like that. I found that it's helped me composition my drawings better, especially. That eye is slightly too down. I need to work on that. I can see that it's wonky. My family was working with bigger paper. I got pen and markers by the time we thought. Oh, 82. I have watched season 2 of Critical Role. I'm 2 episodes behind. Are you currently in a campaign? Yes, I am. If so, what kind of character are you playing? I am playing a high elf druid. Our campaign is actually set in 100 years from the current Critical Role world. So I am a water shari, which is basically I'm from the water trap. Yeah, you don't be afraid of working on bigger paper. Do what you do and love what you do. Even if you fill like a giant piece of A3 paper with loads of tiny drawings, you'll look back and you go, I did that. That sounds like fun. You finished your pusheen drawing. Yes, that sounds really good. Do faces. Yeah. If you are terrified of working on bigger paper, what I suggest is get a big piece of paper and then fill it with loads of small drawings. And then it can be something that you can work on every single day, just a little bit, just a touch. You can look back and go, I did that. That big illustration, I did that. I worked on that, and then you won't be afraid of it. Do you have a favourite singer? Oh, I do have a few. One of my favourite singers is, I do really love Idina Menzel. I really love her vocal range. Oh, she's just so fantastic. As for music, I actually really love a mixture of music. I'm into musicals. I do love my rock music. One of my favourite bands is Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, Enter Shikari. I like a variety of music. I love Idina Menzel. I don't have just one genre of music. I love lots of genres of music. Just rub that out so it doesn't look so derpy. There you are, that's much better. And character sheet video. Okay, if you're going to do a character design sheet, there's a few things that I definitely think it does need. One of them, you definitely need a character turnaround because that's going to be really helpful. You want also like the colour references on there so that you can go back and every time you look at that sheet you understand and what colour schemes you're going to go for and this, that and the other. Sorry, I've been talking for far too long now. Just have a drink. Maybe have a range of facial expressions as well so you can understand how the face works. Also show like what the hair would look like tied up and laid down because you can see more of a person's face when their hair is tied up, so you want to make sure that you've got that reference without their hair being down. So if you have a character whose hair is completely over like one side of the face, you want to show like that side. I haven't done a tutorial on wings, no, but I like to study birds' wings and understand how they function. Best way to get over art block is how you say draw me draw over an hour. I'm used to drawing in long stints. I like drawing for long periods of times. It's just so relaxing. So what was the question again? Sorry. When you do art block is this thing. It's angry. It hates you. It's saying that you're not good enough. It's saying that you're not inspired enough. You are not the greatest or anything like that. Art block is you doubting yourself. And when you doubt yourself, you put yourself in a corner and you struggle to draw. because drawing becomes this thing, it becomes more of a labour. It becomes something that you can't get over. And when art block is there, it's an angry person. It's always shouting at you. It's always saying that you can't do this or you can't do that. But the thing is, you can do it. I found that the best way for me to get over art block, in particular when I'm really struggling to draw, because sometimes I've got to admit I struggle to draw. I sometimes struggle to come up with ideas for YouTube videos. I sometimes struggle to doing lots of different things, and the best way to go about it, in all honesty, is to draw. And as scary as that is, especially when you're like, I'm not inspired. If you're not inspired to do a particular drawing, or if you're finding that you're trying to produce something and it just isn't working, that's okay. Shelf that idea, put it to one side, and come back to it. Make notes for it. It's okay. Not every drawing you do every single day is going to be perfect. I find that drawing just a little bit every day, even when I don't feel like it. Some of those ideas that came out when I couldn't draw, ideas I've gone back and have revisited and gone, wow, this idea is brilliant. I don't think it was so bad back then. Keep a sketchbook. Call it your crap book. It's a sketchbook where all your rough, terrible ideas are going to go into. But then, when you go back and look at those terrible ideas, you'll realise that there's some amazing gems in there that you can go back and you can go through and go, these ideas are fantastic. Why did I think they were so bad? Art block isn't, it is a thing. It's this horrible, horrible thing that we all experience. But at the same time, it doesn't exist. It's you doubting yourself. It's you saying, I can't do this. And if you're feeling burnt out, that's okay. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to breathe. It's okay to have time away from drawing. I always feel like if I'm not drawing, if I'm not doing something, I'm not achieving anything. And I've always got to say to myself, you know what? It's okay to take breaks. It's okay to take a day off. I don't have to draw every single day. I want to draw every single day. Drawing should be fun. And it should be about you. And it should be what you want to do. And if you're feeling uninspired in that moment, that's fine. Surround yourself in inspiration and be inspired. Because it will come back. It's okay. We all have bad days. Inspirational speak. An art book. I'd love to make an art book. Sometimes it really does. It does help, like when you go around being random for inspirational people. What's helped me improve the most? Oh wow. Referencing. Do you know, I hate this idea that using referencing is cheating. It's not cheating. It's not cheating because every person references. Even the great artists in reference. Disney. Guess what? They use reference. Right? Every person uses reference. And you know why that is? It's because sometimes you can't imagine stuff straight away in your mind's eye. You need to understand how it works. And referencing really helped me improve so much. That's fine. I'll be leaving soon anyway. I've got to go soon. Yeah. Oh, I loved carrying around sketchbooks. It's so much fun. Oh, that's fine. Thank you, Annie. I am going to have to go soon though, guys. I'm afraid. Need to go and cook my tea. Da, 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 da. I love drawing plats. Oh, if I could just draw one thing forever, I love drawing. No, Italy? What's it? What about Italy? Tea. Oh, everybody loves tea. You know what I mean? A cup of tea or actual tea. Oh, thank you. Be sure to give love to everyone out there. Yeah, Van Gogh is amazing. Da Vinci, they all used references. One of my favourite artists is a pin-up artist. Oh gosh, what's his name now? His name slipped my mind. And he consistently used references. I don't feel like using references because you're using references, you're cheating. You're doing a good job here. Oh, could go for a cup of English breakfast right now. Oh, Tea keeps me awake to study for exams. Oh, I hope your exams go well. My favourite tea is English breakfast. Oh, everyone loves a good cuppa. And if you don't like tea, drink a cup of coffee. And if you don't like coffee, go and have a nice cold drink. Okay, so we didn't get as far as I would have liked to have done. But Alphonse Mucha, he used references. Now I think the artist I'm thinking about is like Gil something. Anyway, so this is the final, well, I say final piece. This is how far I've gotten. If you want to keep if you want to stay updated with this piece, I will be posting on my Instagram and Twitter when I finish the line work. I've still got quite a bit to do, especially up in this section, and I need to thicken certain areas to make them line out. And then when I go in, I'll be using my trusty old Indian ink to build up areas. But I'm really, really happy with this so far. Really thank you so much for everyone for popping by the streams. It means an awful, awful lot to me. I can't thank you enough. I hope you all have a wonderful and creative day. My next video will be up, I believe, on Thursday. As I said, 2 Minute Tuesdays will be returning after I've done all my conventions. But I hope you have an amazing day, and I hope to return to show you more stuff. Look at my messy desk. It's such a mess right now. But I really hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on Thursday's video. Bye. Bye, guys. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.